To be honest, me think I'm one of the baddest performer, live performer, because to be honest, I don't really like that what you call it, that lip syncing thing. And if you notice with the lip syncing thing, that's more prevalent with majority of the artists them now. And up to this day, when I perform, I don't use it. I like to go live for the people them so they can feel what I'm saying or be more in tune of my performance.
Yeah, DeMarco, I'm looking at. Very talented youth, man. Very
Hey,
talented.
he's very talented and underrated.
Underrated. Underrated.
Very,
DeMarco
very
has lyrics.
talented and
He can
underrated, to be honest.
produce. He can produce. He can write. And the man just,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. A lot of people don't know that, A lot of people don't know that. Even the other day he released an album and I'm not sure of the reception that the album get, but it was a very great piece of work. But I think people not gonna really understand it until then really, like I said, sometimes it's all about the hype, which for me, I'm trying to change all that. To show youths them say, yo, I not really that another really way, and a real way that they really live your life. Yeah, we know say it's gonna be in and you can't really change everybody, but you don't know. You can reach one hand at a time or one person at a time. You know the thing go.
I follow all kind of music, right? If you can hear me talking, I follow all kind of music, and I'm deep into reggae and dancehall and everything. And I don't just like listen to the music. I'm involved mentally into the lyrics and into the songs and stuff like that. But I think in the form of the mark, well, not like I want to say something, but sometimes I think artists carry a certain persona that goes with it. And I think that's the problem. You have an attitude, And I think also if Cartel wasn't the way he is, I think it's the way he is that gain the recognition from people, and then people start following him because they're less fortunate, not less fortunate, less artists who don't really put out stuff. And sometimes I see overrated, you know.
True,
So
true.
I'm not saying you have to be a bad boy, but sometimes it doesn't go with, it's like a girl on the block. They see you and you could be the nicest guy, but you're just
True.
looking at you, they just can't really get.
That's a true.
So yeah, so sometimes that
No joke.
those things go with it. So what would you say is your most successful song so far in terms of success, not to you, but maybe to people, like how people gravitated towards it?
I would say I have a song called Perfect Woman. So Perfect Woman, I think people really gravitate to that one. You understand? Because that one is a song for the mothers. I like to call it it's the mother's anthem. So to me I would say Perfect Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Until the songs them off the EP release, let me see what's going on.
Because I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you, I was gonna say if there's such a thing as perfect woman, but then when you say mothers, then I see where it's possible, and yeah, and what are some of the biggest crowd that you have ever performed before?
I'll probably say 10,000. I would say at event in Jamaica. Couple times while I've been on that event or that event called Curry Fest. So
Corey
it's a
first.
Curry Festival in Jamaica. Big event, man. And that show on that platform, I think I performed with Assassin. Assassin was there.
Mm-hmm.
Shano was there. Ken Booth was there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this other female artist, her name, I seen her face, but her name now pop up in my head. It's
Mm-hmm.
a big
But is
female
it
artist.
isn't Ken Boot based in Toronto, or is he
I'm
back
not,
and forth?
I think he's back and forth. I'm not 100% on that. I don't want to say, and then, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, man.
I know one time actually there's an interview that I have to watch about him just on Teach Them right now, that with him.
True.
So, yeah.
I have to catch up with that too.
Yeah, man. It's I like those stories, because it makes you learn a lot and see what artists went through.
Yeah.
So you never like, because you I think most of your studio time were in Toronto, so you never had like those real problems getting into a studio in Jamaica then.
Yes, man. Of course, of course, of course. Me try link with producer, for instance, Andrew Blacks. Big up Andrew Blacks, same way, bad producer out of Jamaica. Me link up with him, me and him was supposed to do some work. And basically he was telling me that I'm not sure if it was Judgment. Yeah, I'm not sure. One of them big studio it was. And link him and say, yo, we'll pull up at the studio. And he's like, he must say, yo, no, you can't come there, bro, you know what I mean? So, yeah, me running at that, in that situation. I've been to studio I've been to even Buju Banton studio wherein before he was incarcerated and thing, and there was no entrance same way. You couldn't just go in there like that, Yeah, man.
So tell for some of the people who don't know what it's like to get in, because people think that because like we're in North America, it's a better rule is that you can just walk or book a studio and say, yo, I'm gonna go to that studio tomorrow. Tell people like what it's like if you're an upcoming artist who trying to at least see inside the studio to get into to do a thing. Tell people like just give them a little brief walkthrough of some of the struggles that you will have to face, because then they will have more, let them put more respect on your music.
I know popular one, say you have to go studio more while and then say you have certain time to do certain things, especially if you either get back. All right, I live in Westmoreland, and the studio basically that we really want to reach, our studio that we're gonna go to, our plan to go to is in Kingston. So it's like I think a 4-hour drive from Westmoreland to Kingston. So it's like from one side of the island to the other side of the island. Imagine you show up a studio and knowing at least by a certain time you have to leave out to either get a bus or get a taxi to reach back at your house. And say by a certain time taxi stop run. You understand?
Westmoreland is like country, right?
Yeah, basically.
Right.
So imagine that you have to travel from there and then go to studio and then not even get a chance to look in a studio. They even get a chance to say, hey, you understand? And then you have to look back, drive to go back to Westmoreland. A long journey that they have to travel.
Yeah.
You understand me? I say, yeah, and then run up on them situation the countless of time. We go to studio, even go studio if you go fi check even Bounty Killer at one point. Mm-hmm. And then he was voicing in the studio. I think at the time he was working, he probably still working with Payday. You know what I mean? So I was there one of them times and like, you know what I mean, we try heal up Bounty Killer same way. And the vibes with him was like, it's like because him not really know you as an artist or as an entertainer. Mm-hmm. It's like it was like a shove off thing. You see
right. me? Nobody not introduced you to him. So
right. You understand? Yeah, mm-hmm. Man. So a whole heap of things as a young artist you have to go through until you really build yourself and build up your credential and make people really know you or know of you and them things there. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's the reason I want you to tell it to people, because not because you people think because you can hold a mic and spit 2 lyrics that you just become an artist. You guys have your struggle.
Face whole heap of hardship. If you never really strong would I say, me just give up on this. But this music thing, like you have to be strong and know say music is a journey. And on the journey, the road will be rough and some smooth. You know the thing, so you just have to just take it one day at a time and be persistent and know say, a lot of doors are gonna close in your face. I think we even check Sean is the same way. I think with him though, I think the link with him was gonna be official, but he wasn't he wasn't at the time we were in opposite ends. It's like he was on my side of the country, which was in Westmoreland, he was in Negril, and then I was like at this place, so that link was gonna be official. I used to even link with Tyrical. Tyrical is one of them artists there who he kind of helped to propel a lot of artists' career,
Yeah,
although they don't give him his credential. You know what I mean? Which Vegas, he usually bring Vegas around. Which when we meet him, certain things him explain to me same way. You know, Bounty Killer, he was one of them, I think, to help push Bounty Killer to another level at the same
because
point.
he and Vegas had a little thing the other day, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yeah. You know, and I think it was over the same thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Me and Tyrical usually move around in the street. Not a lot of times what the same point. You know, me and him, like, he tried to bring me certain places at the same time. You know what? It's like the door them closed.
Because a lot of people batch him for that and say, oh, if you can make a hit for Vegas, then if you can make Vegas into a hit, then why not make yourself? But it doesn't really work that way. You know, otherwise all producers would be their own artists, you know.
True.
So yeah, man. So Cippy, you have anything to you have anything lined up there?
Rockstar, 5-car, living lavish, big chains, Rick James, switching lanes, like what's the name, fucking up the game. Rockstar, 5-car, living lavish, big chains, Rick James.
As you said before, getting into a studio is so difficult. Do you think that turn away some people from the industry?
Turn away a lot of people. It turn away a lot of our great influencers. Turn away a lot, believe me. I see that where enough people could really be something of themselves, you know. All right. Look at this. You think if probably even Gully Bop never get turned away from studio, or certain things never really happened to him in his career, he wouldn't really, you know, be as why be. But the point I try to show you says, you see how they try to kill him career, but at the same time somebody resonate the goodness with him career.
Yeah, because I hear that you're talking. Sometimes I know when I was growing up, men like Yellow Man and them is like every month they're releasing a slide. So how come in those days? Was it different in those days and in your days now?
Yeah, it's different. It's different if you have the younger artists, them are majority of us coming up now in this system. You know, we try to build our own studio, so certain things won't be a problem to us in the longer run. You know, so you don't know if you, with Yellow Man, I think with him, no is better. It'll be a better time for him because he can release a lot more music now.
Yeah, because sometimes I want to know some artists in Jamaica, you release music at least every month, and now you're talking about this. So we know sometimes it was like a dog race or a cat fight, you know, to really get into a studio.
Right.
So do you think in that circumstances now, you as an artist has to put a lot more into your music, into your effort to really reach to the top?
Yes. And then sometimes it's by luck too and by who you know. You understand? So it's either you work and try to put a lot of energy into whatever, however you're working, you know, depending from which hub you're working from. Because sometimes it's also being in a certain environment or place. You know what I mean? So if you're not really in a certain environment or place, you just have to make use of the time when you're surrounding, just have to push some energy and effort and try to push all out and just do it the right way.
When it comes to performing now, how much you put into your performance to elevate your status?
To be honest, I think I'm one of the baddest live performer, because to be honest, I don't really like that what you call it, that lip syncing thing. And if you notice with the lip syncing thing, that's more prevalent with majority of the artists them now. And up to this day, when I perform, I don't use it. I like to go live for the people them so they can feel what I'm saying or be more in tune of my performance. And I try to talk to the people, like introduce the song to the people, try to hear where their mind at, or try to put them in a certain situation and let them know, okay, this is what coming now, you know what I mean? Or how you're living, how you're feeling, or you know what I mean? It's energy, and a whole heap of energy in the performance, man. I tell us, I think me one of the best live performer. You know what I mean? No disrespect to nobody same way. Big up everybody else same way. You know the thing go.
Because you have to sell yourself. And I see a lot of artists go on stage and they isolate themselves from the crowd. I mean, in order for you to go up to the next ladder, there has to be people behind you. And the people behind you are the people who come to the concert. Sometimes they come to the concert just to be part of you. But when you behave in a certain way, or sometimes you give them that attitude, sometimes it can hamper your career.
True. Yeah, man, the last big show I think I was on, I was headlining a show for Munga. And you can go ask him, I know I'm not going to tell the people them, but see me, you know, so I shell the show. Like shell it down to the ground.
Because that's a very important, it's very important that you come in here and talk about your performance. Because a lot of artists, a lot of people say, oh, you're not supposed to sell this. Well, you have to sell yourself in itself of your performance. Because your performance...
I'm one of the baddest performer, man, hands down. I tell you that.
Your performance is who make you who you are.
Yeah.
And if you can say, well, okay, I'm the best performer, or I like to perform, then you're selling yourself short. You have to sell yourself.
Love performing, man. Love performing.
And you see the better performers is people who usually do things for people. Now, that being said, tell us a little bit about your productions and your songs, your LP that you have coming soon. I think my co-host will pick it up after that.
All right, so basically, my record company, record label is RG&G Music Life. So it's Red, Gold, and Green Music Life, basically. And producer same way. You don't know, big up the Arsenals, big up the Arsenal production. And the songs them basically, the songs I think is a 5-track. It's a 5-track EP called Album Coming Soon. You see me? And this is, it covered several topics. You know what I mean? So 5 songs, 5 relatable songs where we can relate to each and everyone. You know what I mean? If you is a church person, like I said, there's meditative vibes on there. You know what I mean? Which take you into that feel. If he's a person love to do all a little med, smoke some marijuana, same way. There's a song on there for that feel. At the same time, if he's a party goer, there's a song on there for the party people, them same way. And basically, it's just there's a song to uplift and elevate and to show people that there's a better way, or to even show people that helping people might open other people's horizon so they can even do better for themselves or for others,
Mm-hmm. So I think Chip jumped ahead of me because I was going to ask you about to get into the album. But before we go on, just give us a little acapella. I for sure want to hear the Perfect Woman acapella and the Perfect Woman. But if you feel free to hit more than one, you don't have to go all the way. Just a 40 second.
So like this is one of the songs them off of the album Coming Soon EP. Say know your purpose. Cause friends they hurt you, bring your enemies come in your circle. Know your purpose. Cause time is virtue, mankind do things just hurt you. With friends like this, who need enemies, say bad mind we got remedies. Friends like this, want change you in the J, could not meet them a pray we a play. Hear me no Cippy Burke, Hear me now? So we say, know where you want and go feet. And if you fail the process, you have to repeat. Determination, no take defeat. You want the fat ready, the lead up and deceit. Different farm, the devil coming off to deceive. Yeah, my friends, them have to motivate me. And if them don't tell me, know them no rate me. And enough of them a move weird lately. Know your purpose. Cause friends, the earth, you bring your enemies come in at your circle. Know your purpose. Cause time is worth your mankind do. Think you see earth you with friends like this. Who need enemies? See bad man, we got remedies. You see me?
Wicked.
Yeah, man. So
I see
that's
why
one
I
of
see
the
why you I see why you mentioned Shane on him too, you know, because it's you know your lyrics is in line with a lot of the big guys in the business. So
yeah, man.
brother, I hope that you continue. Well, I know you're gonna continue the journey because, like we say, only the strongest survive.
True.
And like you said earlier on, and I agree that music too, you have to want it. If you don't want it, then you're gonna lose it. So any collabs you should expect from that album, or just solo?
It's me solo. The next project you guys can look for collab on the next project. You understand? But for this one now, it's just me solo on the project. I think we reach out to a lot of artists to get some collaboration with them. But at the same point, me and my team, we kind of work ahead of time. And I'm kind of, when it come on to writing music, I'm kind of that guy who will get it done. Like, say you want it today, I can get it done by today. And if you ask if you're gonna get something good, you're gonna get something great. You understand? So we did reach out to some people. So I think the process of them getting back is a little bit slow for us. So I think we'll put them on the other project that we have coming out. You know what I mean?
I think it's all over. I think even for us to, like, sometimes there's a problem, with getting back on time and stuff like that. But like we say, man, patience is virtue, so
True.
yeah, and nothing happens before it's time,
Real.
So who are some of the artists you would like to collab with? And if you don't want to call names, you can just tell me whether it's dancehall or reggae artists that you would love to collaborate.
Right now we don't really have any bad or any blockage against any artist. I would love to work with any artist right now at the point. I work with Massacre because my bad artist, influential artist, him can do him thing. Now left up Bounty Killer same way. Still don't do a song with Bounty Killer any day. You understand? Bujo, same way. You know what I mean?
The
TJ.
teacher, you know about the teacher.
You see me? No, left him out because same way. You understand me? I say very influential, man. Left him out, man. Who else now say Popcorn? You know what I mean? Still I want to work with them. But I want to work with everybody in the industry who we know so them music, them do the music from the heart.
True.
Yeah.
And in terms of collab again, what do you think with collab that, and there's artists fighting against artists, but how do you see it? Do you see it like beneficial to the artists, or of course, if you're going to go with cartel, of course, it's beneficial. But let's just say like somebody on a normal level, how do you see it, going forward?
It's beneficial because you and that person don't really carry the same fan base. You understand? Your fan base might have similarities. So it's beneficial wherein if you work with that person, it can open your horizon or your music to a lot of people who didn't know you or didn't hear of you, because however you want to put it, as small the world is, it's big same way. Or if you want to reverse that, but the same point, there's a lot of people that don't really know certain people. There's only a very few people in this world or musically that you can call them name, and then people will say, yeah, they know them. But apart from that, you doing music, the world is so, I would say now, so big, wherein certain people don't really know you, or certain country never really hear of you. So you doing a collaboration with either a smaller artist of your caliber or a bigger artist of your caliber same way. You never can tell what that can do for you.
Mm-hmm. Because I heard the great, to echo what you said, I heard the great Shabarang said one time, that this world is so big that there's food for everybody. And Shabarang went on to say that he never really went to Japan, but he still gets a royalty check from Japan. So that just to show that, it's a big space. Now, having said that, now, and I know you say, collaboration is good, but outside of the reggae circle, so let's go to reggaeton or in the African diaspora. Who would you say in Africa? And if you're really not familiar with the African artists, like which area would you go? Like which area would you choose? Africa or the reggaeton side, the Afrobeat or the reggaeton?
I would choose the Afrobeat. I would choose the Afrobeat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Big up to I think Patarankin and David, and big up to a whole heap of them, man. But I think Patarankin was one that really turned my head, because I think he was the one who, I'm not sure if he was the one who really kick off the dancehall, the Afrobeat thing, but he was one of the first.
Because, my brother, a lot of people don't realize that Africa is so big that if you only get a little piece of it,
it's huge. That come up every day. We're in. I think me and my producer we were reasoning, and he's telling me like he always mentioned that to me. Say, yo, Africa is a big place. He say I really think about it. Him say, yo, it's huge.
Yeah, because we're trying to make inroads here as well into Africa, because we're doing good in Europe. So right. We're trying to make inroads in Africa as well. So big up to all the African artists, and it's good to know that they took a page from reggae to build the Afrobeat thing, and we embrace it same way, because like we said, there's food enough for everybody to eat.
Yep.
Yeah. So what legacy would you like to leave as an entertainer?
So I'd like to leave I always have like a little foundation. I always have like a little foundation settings where I always think like always have a company where it provides for the poor and needy. So for instance, it help poor people, for instance, with clothes wise, because we live in wherever we live right now. We wear a lot of clothes, and we tend to we just throw them where we tend to we give them to certain company, but then the certain company now take them and them sell them back to the poor people. So that's one thing I would want to leave a legacy there, where I know say I have a little foundation that can fund or take care of the poor and needy people. You understand? I also want to have a studio, a company where I know say it can look after emerging artists, like they can have a place where they can go and at least showcase or record their music or showcase their talent, however it is,
Yeah, that's why enough respect to also to man like Aiken, who really went back to Africa and used his resources and try to contribute to the community. So it's always a good look when someone is looking back at where they came from, and try to embrace the community, because the community embraces them and stuff like that. So what do you play any musical instrument?
No, just the piano, but just press the keys then.
Just press the keys to make beats, or just
yeah, just make some sound, like make some nice sound. I sound and I say, yeah, that sound there,
Yeah. But that's still genius still, because with no musical background, you can really get the sound in your head.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what makes you always want to perform live on stage, because you can just ride the rhythm and ride the beat and things like that. Yeah.
Really.
And yeah. And what would you say to youngsters who are looking up to be aspiring entertainer like yourself?
tell them don't give up. You know what I mean? The journey not soft, The journey not soft, but you still have to push on through all the trial and tribulation, to all the obstacles, and there's gonna be good days and bad days. You understand? You just have to make use of every opportunity and every occasion, and don't mark you. The bad days will dampen your day, but at the same time, you have to find a way to elevate yourself over that and know say you either better than that or better must come.
And talking about obstacles, I really didn't ask you about your struggles or your obstacles that you face, apart from when I talk about the challenges between Toronto and Jamaica. But what are some of the realistic struggles that you face that, along the way?
So, well, a lot of struggles that I face is, when you just start doing music, a lot of things you're not really know if you do right. And enough people who probably in the business long time now I'm gonna tell you. You understand? You just have to continue to do it until you have that one person will tell you, say, yo, you need to do this or you need to do that. Or, you know what I mean? You just have to, it's just one of my struggles is the production side of the music. You understand? I usually put out music and yeah, it sound good to me, but at the same time when other people hear it, they will tell us, say, no, it don't really sound good, You understand? I mean, I say, hey, tell you the truth, what you are going to big up my wifey, anyway, she big up Michelle. You understand? Hear me. She one of them still usually listen to your music and say, yo, it sound nice, but you want to mix properly. But then me and myself, I say, boy, yo, it mix good, man, it nice, man. You understand me? I say, but after, continuing and doing it, and then you have one or few people where we really come around and really show you the right way. You know what I mean? I say, yo, this one tweak or that one tweak. And then that was, I think, one of my biggest struggles is getting the music, the perfection of the music. I mean, we're still still getting it, the perfection, but, it's getting it to that level where we can compare to other artists' music or to other music that are being played out there. So that was one of the struggles. And now we're more hands-on and more getting it done pack. So that was one of the main struggles I said that I think kind of was hampering or kind of holding back the career to propel it to another level. So working same way.
And how has COVID-19 affected your progress?
A lot. I would say a lot, because you don't know, before the COVID, a lot of shows, we're getting a lot of shows. I was getting a lot of shows basically. COVID come in and kind of locked down a lot of the venues, so a lot of the people them who usually put on the shows, for instance, they don't really have no money for really do the huge shows them again, so they really have to start from scratch. So COVID kind of closed down a lot of venues, which was open for even you going out just to do maybe like a karaoke session or whatever it be. But COVID kind of step in and lock down a whole of that.
Mm-hmm. And finally, how would you like, or what would you want, or how would you like the fans or those who are not fans to support you right now? How can they support you right now?
Well, right now, say I'm on all major platform. Even if you Google African the artist, you understand I'm Googleable. So you can Google the name same where you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. Album coming soon. EP is out on all media platform. You know what I mean? Majority of the platforms them right now, I think that sell music, you can go and look for the album coming soon EP, and you can pre-order it or you can pre-save it. You know what I mean? So it's on all major platform.
And when is that album due to come out?
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Okay. My brother, African the artist, it's been a pleasure, man. Continue to make good music. And we're definitely gonna want you to come back when your EP is out. I'm gonna let Sip is gonna have the final word, but for right now, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'll be taking in more of your positivity in the music, So for right now, Moulton says it's a pleasure again, and we're looking forward for more of your music.
My respect and give thanks.
I'm gonna put an offer on the table for you right now. Your album is coming out on the 3rd. Do you want to come back and do a promotion of your album on my program?
Definitely.
I can set a date right now. We have the 4th, the 11th, and the 17th, and the 18th. You pick a day.
Can do it the 4th, man, right when the album drops, so everything's
so on the 4th, it's yours from 4 o'clock, it's yours. We're gonna do a promotion of your album there, and I'm gonna send some more links for you so you can invite your friends and families and things to listen to that. But that's gonna be your day. I'm also gonna put up something so you can invite your friends to call in, so we can go live on Facebook and get people to call in from Facebook also. So that's on the 4th, your day. We're gonna set you up, invite everybody. They can call in, and we're gonna do that for you.
Proper, real way.
We're gonna do that, and we're gonna get the ball rolling, and we're gonna make sure that you come back here on the 4th, and we're gonna do a promotion and all the songs from that album. Anything you wanna say to the people before you leave?
Well, you don't know what you're going to. Big up and bless up to all who tune in to the interview. Big up and bless up to all who watch the interview after it drops same way. You understand me? I say, give thanks to support, give thanks to love, give thanks to the upliftment. You understand? A good over evil. And before me go, me do the perfect woman song for brother. You know the thing go. So she is a perfect woman, raising the seed that she birthing the right way. A perfect woman, a never-ending job daily and nightly. She's strong, fit, ready for everything. I know she can manage any and everything. Dear mama, I'm writing you a letter. I'm hoping if you're feeling down, you feel better. Life giver, never yet a life taker. She step like hot pepper from the hood to the neck. Yeah. Dear mama, I love you so much from the breath I take. African, she is a perfect woman, raising the seed that she birthing the right way. Big up and bless up to each and everybody who tune into the show. You don't know the thing. Big up Vincy Radio every time. I go by the name of African the Artist. Album coming soon. EP, December 3rd. See you guys December 4th. You hear that? Fully. Dancehall rockstar.
Manners and respect.
Blessings, man. Every time. You hear me, brother. Blessings.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks to the company. And December 4th is your day. So you plan your day. We're gonna plan our side. You plan your day. And we're gonna send you some links. You're gonna share them out. And also I'm gonna send you the telephone numbers. And you're also gonna share your telephone numbers out. We have WhatsApp. They can call us on WhatsApp. They also can call us on Magic Jack and the phone number. So that's gonna be your day. Your day coming soon, man.
Yeah, man. Respect, man. You know.
Thanks.